Women in Canada's film industry say allegations against Harvey Weinstein could be a watershed moment for an industry plagued by sexism. So far, more than 30 women have come forward saying they were sexually harassed or assaulted by the Hollywood producer. The allegations come from major stars like Angelina Jolie, Cara Delevingne and Gwyneth Paltrow, and have led a number of women to come forward online, sharing their own stories of sexual harassment, and calling out colleagues who have turned a blind eye. Patricia Rozima's first film I've Heard the Mermaid Singing was picked up by Weinstein when he was just starting Miramax Films. She went on to work with the producer on a number of projects including the 1999 film Mansfield Park. Patricia Rozema: I do feel there is a bit of a movement, and women are sick of it, said Patricia Rozema, a Canadian filmmaker who has worked with Weinstein on a number of films. She says she hopes the allegations prompt more women to come forward and call out other men in the industry. I hope it's a watershed. I hope the Berlin Wall is falling. I hope many names are spoken. There are lots of rumors, but nobody knows where to go with the rumors. There is no sort of system in our culture, Rozema said. More female execs needed. Rozema says there needs to be a change in the power structure in Hollywood if a real change is going to happen. Who's behind the camera affects what happens on the camera. There's not as much room as a woman in our industry for mistakes, because I think you're given one chance as a woman. Naomi Snickis, actress: It will only change when there are more women in the studios as studio heads, she said. Canadian actress Naomi Snickis agrees. She says women need more roles as producers, writers and directors, to shift the power dynamic in the industry. I think there's not as much room as a woman in our industry for mistakes, because I think you're given one chance as a woman, she said. Seeing women not represented in television and movies and those kinds of things, we've just exhausted that possibility. Where to go with the rumors? Snickis says as an actress she's been put in situations that make her feel uncomfortable on many occasions. The challenge, she says, is figuring out how to deal with the situation. Misogyny in our community isn't a surprise to anybody, said Snickis. We've been dealing with that and other allegations towards men that have happened, and people say, oh, well, that's just what he does, and I feel like in 2017 we're just done with that sentiment, she said. Canadian actress Naomi Snickis says more women need to be in decision-making roles in the industry for there to be change. Evan Mitsui, CBC: The tolerance for that has exhausted itself. She says she'd like to see training for women entering the industry, preparing them with the tools and connections to stand up for themselves. More often, when I see something that is going on that I don't agree with, whether it is in a sexist way or a racist way, I'm so dumbfounded that I'm silenced. Snickis said. Listen, Patricia Rozema talks to Metro Morning about working with Weinstein. I feel like we need to train ourselves, where people are challenging you to come up with good comebacks or come up with good retorts or something that makes you empowered. Rozema says having these conversations is half the battle, and she hopes the barrage of allegations encourage more women to share their stories. Women have to get over this idea that shameful things are done to you, so you should not feel shame. The other person should feel shame, Rozema said.